Are you looking for the best portable induction cooktops? In this video we will look at some of the 4 best portable induction cooktops on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Duxtop 9600 LS Portable Induction Cooktop. The Duxtop Induction Cooktop 9600 LS is lightweight, versatile, durable, and easily fits into a cabinet or onto a shelf for storage. The controls are accurate and intuitive, with 20 heat settings that step up in 20-degree increments. In evaluating its performance, we found that water never quite reached 212 degrees Fahrenheit in our pasta cooking tests, topping out at 211 degrees Fahrenheit, but it still produced al dente pasta in the time allowed. To be fair, almost every cooktop we tested was 1 or 2 degrees below boiling, if not more. This cooktop reached every heating benchmark much faster than the allotted time in all 3 cases. The Duxtop performed well in the searing test, producing an even sear, although the sides of the 10-inch pan were slightly cooler than the center. Its maximum usable cooking surface is 8 inches, so you'll want to match the pan size to the surface for the best results. It has a child lockout safety feature to avoid accidental changes to the settings, and the burner immediately went into standby mode when we removed the pan. Overall, the 9600 LS rated just under models costing 10 times more, which we saw as a significant plus. Number 2. Duxtop Portable Induction Cooktop Countertop Burner. The 8100 MC is the pared-down little cousin of the Duxtop 9600 LS. It had the same 1800 watts of power and the same temperature range, but its controls worked in 40-degree increments, lowering the heating precision. You can also select varying power levels versus temperature, and a hold feature allows you to keep a steady temperature over time. Its controls are somewhat smaller than its cousins and aren't backlit, which could provide difficulty for those with restricted vision. The 8100 went into standby mode immediately after we removed the pot, which also shut off the exhaust fan. We found the fan's volume distracting, but not enough to remove the 8100 from the running. Using the maximum power setting, the water for our pasta test boiled after about 20 minutes, but it only reached 207 degrees Fahrenheit after 25 minutes when using the highest temperature setting. More than simply temperature settings, think of power as intensity. Still, the pasta was al dente after 11 minutes of cooking, which is the important part. A slight temperature unevenness across the pan in our searing test made the burgers curl, but the parts touching the pan did sear nicely. At less than half the price of our top pick, the 8100 delivered good results for the cost, and the construction points to a long-lasting piece of equipment. Number 3. Breville Induction Cooktop. If the name didn't give you enough information, the Control Freak lets you tweak and tune every aspect of your heat. It provides temperature control at 1-degree intervals while also allowing you to adjust the intensity. Its controls and display were intuitive to use and easy to read, thanks to the bright LCD panel, and we liked being able to create and save custom settings for repeated use, including hold times. Like many other models, the Control Freak didn't quite reach 212 degrees Fahrenheit in our boiling test, but the pasta was al dente at the end of the allotted cooking time. Our heating tests showed that the pans overshot the temperature by about 20 degrees, and the center of the pan was considerably hotter than its edges. In our full-throttle searing tests, the burger patties curled from the heat and didn't make complete contact with the pan, an issue across the cooktops we tested, and overseared in some cases. These results suggest the necessity of tweaking and tuning down the power and temperature settings to avoid those situations. At 16 pounds, the Breville was on the heavy side of what we'd consider portable, but the solid construction showed it to be a long-lived piece of equipment. Number 4. Duxtop LCD Portable Cooktop. Duxtop earned a 3rd spot on our list with this double-burner induction range. The 9620 LS had side-by-side intuitive controls for each burner, a locking feature to prevent accidental temperature changes, and a clear, backlit display. The burners had slightly different power levels, with the left operating at 1800 watts and the right at 1000 watts. In our testing, we found that the 9620, like many others, didn't quite reach 212 degrees Fahrenheit but cooked pasta to al dente in the allotted time. There was slight unevenness in our searing tests when the edges of the pan registered lower than the center. The cooktop setting and the surface temperature of the pan never quite agreed when measured, but the variance wasn't more than 20 degrees. Unless you're doing precision cooking, that variation isn't huge in the scope of things. It's a bit heavy for a portable, but that extra weight is expected with 2 burners.